Go.
Hello, guys. Welcome to a new episode of the Riff Table Arcade. I was going to say a new table of the episode arcade, which makes no sense. But that's how I am. I'm FighterXaos of the Game Riffers. That's what I do. Every podcast. No matter what, it just carries over from IkariCast, I guess. But anyways, like I said, I'm FighterXaos, but here with me is.
By the way, guys. By the way, guys, what game is not available for this PlayStation launch? Ridge Racer! Yeah, instead you get something that's even better. Need for Speed Rivals. Oh, by the way, I'm Double RPG. Nice to meet you all, or nice to hear you all again, or nice to see you listening to us on this little podcast.
And I'm 16-bit Jeff, and do apologize for us due to the fact it's of this next-gen hypeness. That is the PS4.
Yeah, that's right. Last week was the Wii U, this week's PS4. And don't worry, Xbox guys, we're not a bunch of just... We cover everything. We are covering the Xbox. Well...
Yeah, we're not anti-Xbox nut huggers, okay? But we will have something special planned. Since we're not getting a Xbox One, there is something else that we have planned.
Yeah, exactly. We won't have it. And, well, I guess... Yeah, I'll say that because I'm not even sure if I can get what I'm thinking of. I'm like, hey, yeah, no, wait, better not announce it because it might not happen. Well, the first thing...
Like, hey, Brayden, shut up. Let me think for once.
All right, so we have the PS4. What is this thing? All three of us got it on, launch day.
Yes.
Jeff, you got it at the midnight launch.
Me too.
Double R, you did too.
Mm-hmm.
And I just ran around as early in the morning as I could to buy one.
Oh, so basically
I didn't have the money to pre-order.
You're basically like a chicken with its head cut off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or rather, I gotta get this quickly. Quick.
Or rather, not me, but my dad.
Oh, he was the one who was more hyped than you were.
In a way, I guess. Yeah, in a way, true. Yeah, very true.
I guess he's more the diehard Sony fan than you are.
I think so, actually. I'm gonna have to say yes to that.
And notice how I did not say fanboy, I just said fan.
Exactly. There's something that we know some fanboys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we do.
There's something that's why we make sure to say fan, not fanboy.
Mm-hmm.
To make that little delineation.
We're not gonna say who they are, but they know.
Yes.
But
we'll just call them little birds. That's it.
I heard a little bird. It tweeted in my ear.
Anyway,
let's get into it. The first thing we got is the impressions of the system itself. Mm-hmm. We all, like I said, we all got it day one. You guys got it earlier. I got it a little later.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about the UI, PSN, the PSN itself, the store, and all that. Let's go into the UI first. And Jeff and Double R and me, I'll go first about the UI. It seems, my take of it, just to get the ball rolling.
Yes.
It seems more streamlined. The cross-media bar was also like that, but it seems a lot easier to find what you're actually looking for in terms of settings and all that, because the cross-media bar, you had to go find the section and then scroll up and down. Here, it's like two sections that are both horizontal, so everything's like technically right there. You go up and then you go and you see the settings and all that right there.
Yeah.
It took me a little while to find the storage information though, because I want to know how many gigs I had free. Usually it's under system information, but this time it's in its own little category called storage management.
Which is good.
Mm-hmm.
In case you're wondering, kids. So it again seems more streamlined. Like the Vita, all games that you have there are going to be right there, even without the disc. It installs an app. Jeff, you already have your opinions. I'll get to you. It's a lot like the Vita. I do mind having that. I don't mind having it install. I don't need to see a game that I don't have the disc in there for to tell me you can play this game. Launch it. No, I got to put the disc in first. The Vita does that. With
you
me
lie.
too. the Vita's like, you could play Persona 4 Golden. It's like, no, I can't. I gotta
install it.
I gotta put the card in there first.
Yes.
I have Dead or Alive 5 in here. I can't launch Persona 4. Stop lying to me. Why can't the thing just show up when I actually have the card in there, and not all the time looking at me? Other than that, I think I get the reason for it though. So that way you can do the thing that's cool, where you can leave, and the game is still there running in the background. You don't have to. You can just go do. Oh, I need to look up on the internet how to beat this part, and then the game's still there, and you just go back. Like, oh.
Yeah.
So UI is more streamlined. I don't like that part, but I get it. But yeah. How about you, Jeff? How do you feel about the UI?
I gotta say, I think this is the XMB bar that was originally intended to be for the PlayStation 3, but we never got it.
The XMB
you know what I mean?
We deserved, but never gotten.
Yeah, exactly. Good reference. But yeah, I really like it. I think it's more like it's not only streamlined, but it's more smoother. But like what you brought up with it, with the games that you already have installed on your system, it's in there. It's not in a separate section, which is weird because there's a section called Library. You would think that those games you've installed, whether it be in digital or disc-based, will be in that section.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. The library part, exactly. It's just that way it doesn't clutter.
Yeah.
Which is I think that's why you don't like it, right, Jeff? Like
because it feels like it's gonna be a big. Pardon my French, but a big clusterfuck.
Yeah, they should have made sections that were
come out, the better. You know what I mean?
They should have made sections that were vertical instead of horizontal for the
exactly.
sections.
But
But
like they said, they are releasing a future patch, so maybe they'll fix that up in later.
I was just gonna say that, Jeff. Sony patch it,
and allowing video recording or video capture, with external devices.
This wasn't a negative, but I was surprised that they didn't have it. An app for YouTube.
They don't?
No.
I guess I didn't see one. I saw Netflix. I was just gonna say I'm gonna go sign into YouTube, and I didn't see it there.
And that's the funny thing. You have one for you have one for Netflix, you have one for Crunchyroll, but you don't have one for YouTube like you do for the PS3. Maybe the will run out later down the road, but I gotta say, you remember the old trick of you watching how you used to watch YouTube videos on the PS3 originally before the app?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I tried doing it, and at first it worked, but after a couple hours after, it said that the plugin wouldn't work. In other words, it's no longer workable for some reason.
That's random.
Maybe this is my personal PlayStation. I really don't know, but this is what I've been getting recently. Other than that, it's like the negatives, but they're not scathing ones. They're just little dents in the armor. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like again, people. Yeah. So Kyle, how about you?
Oh,
Double R.
Yeah. I mean, the PS4's user interface really, really good. I really like how it's much easier to scroll through, and I really like how it's all it just feels more, I guess you could just say, fine line and synthetic, or just accessible in every regard, because you have more than just like these little cute little pictures that pop up on the PS3's cross media bar, which that was something I kind of felt that was one of the weaknesses for the system, was that even though they kind of had those pictures like in the middle there, it kind of felt like very generic and bland, and you didn't have really that much going on in what's in front of you, like what games are right there to be represented and that kind of stuff. And I really like how more of those options are at the top now instead of being at the bottom, and I mean being in the middle. And also and I do like how they integrate the where you can actually link your account on the PS4 to your Android or iPhone, essentially. Mm-hmm. Where you could actually view your stats, and you can view other people's stats, and view or do other numerous things with the with the PlayStation app. Like I think one of those things is you can actually purchase games from the PlayStation Network, and it will go directly to your PS4.
That sounds hype. If it's true, is it true?
I think that's that is. If not, I think that's something that they're working
Steam
on.
does that. Steam does that with the iOS app. You can purchase the games on Steam and it'll show up on your computer.
Yeah.
Purchase on an iPad and it'll show up on your.
I think that's what it is.
Oh,
yes.
it's not far fetched. I mean,
No, it's not far fetched, but it sounds like it is possible.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be a possibility. I haven't noticed that yet, but I think that is a possibility of what Sony's working on. And also, I gotta say this. Much better time with actually, downloading stuff onto your PS4.
Oh,
the architecture is much more better and more faster to get games onto the hard drive.
Which, Jeff, didn't we both say how we really, really, really wish the architecture would be upgraded so the stuff that happened with PS3 and downloading would be like smoother?
You know that, but it's just like even installing games through this.
I was just gonna say, like, I don't know if this counts as the UI. I guess it does. I like the back of Injustice at 21 gigabytes, and I'm like, frack, on PS3 5 gigabytes takes forever. But when I put the disc in, the bar went zoop.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Dude, it was like that with Killzone. That's 45 gigs, and I was really surprised. I was like, that was quick.
It did installs that make the PS3 installs look insignificant and did them like if they were only a few kilobytes. I'm just like, what? Mm-hmm. I guess does that have to do with the hard drive they're using or the RAM?
I guess it has something to do with the RAM.
Or it could be a mixture of both, for all we know.
Because we know that the PS4's memory is 8 gigabytes of that SD RAM or whatever.
Yeah, that RAM that's faster.
Oh yeah, DDR5 RAM.
Yeah.
Yep.
And not only that, I also like the controller. It feels much better than the past controllers.
Even before plugging in the PlayStation 4, I was just playing with the controller and I'm just like, man, this feels way better.
Like, I'm not even joking. I used to have Injustice originally for the PlayStation 3, and while I was good with the DualShock 3 controller, if it wasn't a proper, standard controller for fighting games, this on the other hand, the DualShock 4,
much better.
It's only a better standard gaming pad, but it's also a good pad that I think can compete with fight pads. To be honest, would you agree, Jerry?
If they were legal to use, sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, legally used. Because I mean, if there's one thing I liked the D-pad in the DualShock 3, but it was the same one they've been using since not only the first DualShock, but the first PlayStation 1 controller. However, the D-pad on this DualShock 4, it is as close as a resemblance to the Vita. In other words, one of the best.
Which is very good because yes, the Vita's D-pad.
They may not have beaten Nintendo, but they have something better. Second place.
Well, second place is not that bad.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like it's sad that I'm not bashing Microsoft, but I'm hoping that the D-pad on the Xbox One controls is better than the 360 because.
And yeah, that.
But I gotta say, it's funny that the only two companies I can think of that can get a directional pad properly is obviously Nintendo and Sony. You know what I mean? I don't get why, but getting back to it, the DualShock 4 is a vast improvement.
The other things are I think we all can agree on the DualShock 4 being improved. Not only the D-pad, but the analog sticks are tightened.
Yes.
They don't feel as loosey goosey. Like when you push left, you definitely know you're pushing left.
Yes,
and they feel better on your thumbs because they're I forget which one is convex and which one is concave.
Yeah,
the right one.
Concave. Yeah, concave.
Yeah, not to mention too that the shoulder buttons actually feel a lot.
Yes, the triggers were way better.
Mm-hmm. I can say, for instance, why the triggers are better, and I don't know if this has happened to me in the past, but you guys obviously have watched Blu-ray movies on your PlayStation 3s at some points, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever left your DualShock 3 on the floor once and accidentally
Yes, I have done that.
I haven't even tried that because my PS3 is unplugged.
On the floor.
This is one reason why I like the DualShock 4. Hasn't happened. Why? Because of the new triggers. Because they're more inward.
Yeah, they're better. They're placed better where they won't accidentally be pushed when they're just resting.
Uh-huh. No, I know, but I like the fact that it feels like it's like Sony's answers to answer to what Microsoft did with the 360s.
Yeah, they're more like actual triggers.
Yeah,
like the Xbox.
Yeah, and I like even how the buttons they actually. The front buttons, that are on the right, they actually stick out more, much like the D-pad.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Easier to push.
Yeah.
Which I think again why I think this pad is really good for. And fighting games when playing Injustice, I didn't have to really dig deep just to push a button. It's just boom, there. I could do Batman's whatever and
absolutely.
And Aquaman's what's it's.
And that's it's just funny you bringing it up because I was playing the same game earlier and I could tell the difference because the DualShock 3 while to do a character's special move, you have to press the L2 and R2 buttons simultaneously. And
right.
On the DualShock 3, it felt weird. It felt like you had to reach to really get those two synced at the same time.
Uh-huh.
On the DualShock 4, it feels seamlessly that it's not like a hassle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, doing this is way easier.
Mm-hmm. I agree. But other than that, everything that the system brings, it's a vast improvement over the PS3.
I gotta say, I'm hoping that they're able to again fix this in a future patch. But you guys know, if you remember that if you hold down the PlayStation button on the DualShock 3,
yes,
you could actually manually turn off the vibration motors inside the controller.
I did not know that.
At the moment, you cannot do that.
Oh. Yeah, that's weird because I haven't, I haven't felt that much vibration coming from the controller as of yet. I think that's...
Yeah, but it's just I'm just hoping in the near future to give you the option because I did I liked, as I got older, I've kind of disliked vibration.
Uh-huh.
To be honest.
I know. Same here. I thought I was the only one who was
I don't mind in first-person shooters like Killzone, but in a fighting game like, for example, Injustice, it can break someone's concentration. You know what I mean?
Yes. I can agree to that. Okay.
So yeah, I just so far
I want to talk about the PS. Well, I'll talk about some negatives. Small. Yes. They are.
Yeah.
I've been getting the most random errors sometimes when logging in to either my dad or my own account on there.
Yes.
Random as crap. It's like error. Cannot do this. Goes back to the.
Let me read that.
Speaking of which, I've actually experienced a few times when I'm actually playing a game that it will take me back to the user interface menu and it'll say PlayStation Network is going under maintenance right now.
Yeah.
I saw that last night. Yes.
Yes.
That's what I was talking about. That kind of error.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt bad too for some of those people who actually got defective ones, through that Taco Bell campaign.
Well.
That's why I brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
So the servers did not break my game.
Yeah.
To the menu, but it didn't turn off the game or
right
or anything like that. So that's why I'm thinking that'll just be patched out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like a random error that just pops up and then you keep playing. It's like what?
Yeah. Yeah, but until they release a patch to where you can actually video capture with a HD capture card, I'm still waiting for that because you still have to use the share button to upload 15 minutes of gameplay footage through Facebook and such. But
did anybody try the Twitch streams?
No, I haven't even tried it yet.
I've seen some of them on from PlayStation app. Some people say they look good, but the ones I saw, granted, this was during the maintenance for PSN last night.
Uh-huh.
For both of them, they looked a little muddied.
Muddled.
I saw a few. I saw one that was super muddy, and I saw one that was clear.
Okay.
And that was muddy. And then another one that was Assassin's Creed 4, and it started muddy, and then it started getting cleared.
But then again, this is launched, so hopefully, in the near future, next couple of days, it can be...
Exactly.
Out. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. That's what I was gonna bring up. There are kinks. That's why I'm bringing them up, so people You're just a Sony guy.
Like we said, like I said earlier, they're just kinks in the iron and the armor. You know what I mean?
The thing is that I don't believe that so far they haven't destroyed any of our experiences, have they?
No.
God, no.
Oh no.
That's what I mean. Like,
I'm
matter of
not
fact,
trying to sound like a fanboy.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not trying to sound like a fanboy, but this is the complete opposite to what happened when I got my Wii U at launch last year. You know what I mean?
When I first got it without the update, it was.
Oh, you were lucky. You were lucky, right, Kyle?
Yeah, oh yes.
You were lucky.
Yeah. So
it took me 3 hours because the OS itself.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It took, but compared to compared to the PS3's original launch, or even the PSP, like those were way more. They had way more kinks and bugs.
I know.
Oh, no kidding.
This is a godsend from Sony when you're thinking about it compared to the PS3.
The few kinks and bugs I ran into, my brain just went eh. My brain just went but then it went eh. This is great compared to before.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like at first you think this sucks, then you think back to 7 years and like, oh no, this is a godsend. It's like this is way better than the PS3.
Now, since I want to just hurry it on a little, what about the PSN or the store? How do you feel? Well, we mentioned the PSN's architecture. How do you? So, is there anything extra you want to add to that, or should I just go ask you how you feel about the store?
Just go ask over the store, I think.
Yeah, about the store.
It's the same interface, but it's faster than on the PS3.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny that the store on PS4 is way better than what it was on PS3.
I think the PS3 just couldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it has something to do with the programming or whatever that was being used for the PSN's PlayStation Store for the PS3 that was really hard for it to handle.
You can't handle that sequence, so that was a problem.
Like that interface, but it's faster.
Yeah.
I still rather them redesign it. Back to being able to sort things, because it's like, I still can't sort things. Yeah, it's faster, but I still can't find what I'm actually looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was one thing I was surprised. No demos whatsoever.
I was just gonna bring that up.
Oh my gosh.
I was looking for demos, and I was like, where the demos?
Yeah.
I mean, I expect not to be mandatory on day one, but it is kind of surprising, you know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, you figure they probably have some demos at the games that are already available.
Exactly, like
an Assassin's
I was originally going to pick up, that's a good thing you bring up, because I originally was going to pick up Knack instead of Injustice, but because of the sadly lackluster reviews I've been hearing about the game, I didn't, and I just picked up Injustice. I want to try the game out to see if, those reviews were accurate, but I just think it's weird. Hopefully that the demo section will be up later in the week, but it's kind of weird.
That's exactly how I felt, because I wanted to demo Knack as well to see for myself if that was really if it was really that bad, or if it's just just saying
I'm more me personally, I feel more they were just like
yeah, that's how because I saw one review and I was just like, didn't seem like they were really giving it that much of a chance.
Yeah,
from what I was seeing.
Yeah, from what I was seeing too. But when I tried it, I was like, they didn't really give it that much of a chance.
Oh, and
I saw gameplay, and I saw while they're reviewing it, they were like, "This game isn't so good," and I'm looking. This game looks pretty good. Are you sure you're playing the same game here?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just to redact myself about earlier about no option to turn off vibration. You can on the controllers. You just have to go through settings and then for devices.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So like with storage, it's changed around.
Pretty much. But
So yeah, Kyle. What's next? Should we just go?
Let's just go and talk about some of the games that we recommended or do not recommend.
Now, Kyle, I'm leaving the majority of this to you. I only have 2 games. I'll just go ahead and recommend them.
Okay.
That's Injustice: Gods Among Us, the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
Which has all that DLC, and if you're a fan of Injustice, or you thought you were thinking about it but didn't want to before, well, get it now. Because it has all that. You don't have to worry about buying extra stuff.
Yeah, it has all the DLC from Injustice on the PS3, as well as some new ones not even released before.
And the other game is Resogun, which...
Oh, that game is so addicting.
Yes!
Yes! Okay, I haven't been the only one that's been addicted to that game. Thank you. That's good to know. That's good to know.
Well, Jeff, you only have 2, and you already mentioned 1 or 2 that you already have. So what's the one that you have that I don't?
Well, you just mentioned Injustice, which I also highly recommend. But the other one that I got at launch was Killzone Shadowfall. What it does fall in the line of the previous Killzones, but if there's one thing I really enjoy, and this was the first thing I saw back in February, color.
Yes.
Actual color. There's actual foliage in the game. Oh my god!
So it's not all brown.
FPS?
Exactly!
Who would have thought that an FPS could be all colorful?
I know! Would I honestly recommend it? No. Not for one. It's a great game, don't get me wrong, but it's just... I think it's going to be a short game, so honestly, I'm going to be the complete opposite. I'm going to actually agree with you on this one. Go pick up Resogun. Like, Killzone is good, but if you want a game that, is more of a time killer, Resogun's really good.
And there's like 5 maps or whatever.
There's probably going to be more DLC.
Probably.
Yeah.
Now, as Kyle, the majority of the other games to recommend are yours, since I think you have more games.
Well, okay. Well, I don't really have that much, to be quite frank. It wasn't like the Wii U last year where, I went gaga all over that with software. So, yeah, I had to kind of downsize this time to 3.
Alright.
And, of course, one of them is Killzone, Shadowfall.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Haven't even tried it yet. I'm going to, but we'll get to that eventually. And I do have Knack.
Oh, nice. Thoughts?
Yes, that's the one who actually owns it and Among Us.
I really don't agree with what, how harsh these critics have been.
Well, that's good to hear.
And even, when taking a look at it, it kind of reminded me of, the old Naughty Dog games in a sense.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because
from what I see, it reminds me of Jack.
Yeah, it kind of does remind me of Jack and Daxter a little bit, and with games like that, when it comes to games like Crash Bandicoot or Jack and Daxter, they always felt accessible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and since Knack is accessible, they're obviously not even looking at that. They are looking for the challenge that's in the game, and that's fine. But for something that could have even worked as a Wii U game, it's really not that bad for a PS4 launch title.
No, it's not. I understand why they're being a little harsh because it's a launch title. And there's bound to be expected some bugs and issues, but at the same time, I don't think it's that bad of a launch title, to be honest.
What?
Are we still recording?
He'll edit this out.
At some point. But anyway.
Were we still recording?
Yeah, we were still recording. I said keep going.
Okay. But yeah, I understand where they're coming from because it's a launch title, like I just stated. But at the same time, it's just like, if there's one thing I gotta give Sony credit, I think this is one of the launch lineups for the first time in the PlayStation's history that I actually thought it was okay, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and
like the Vita.
Yeah, definitely like the Vita. Oh, and by the way, I haven't even finished up yet on the games.
Yeah, continue, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and as I said, Knack, it's definitely not getting the credit that it deserves. And I can understand where people may say that, but at the same time, when you take a look at Mark Cerny's history with how he develops games, he doesn't try to make them realistic like people like him these days.
He tries to make them fun.
He's in that mindset as like Tim Schafer and even Shigeru Miyamoto. He wants to make the games fun, and even how like Insomniac was with both Spyro and Ratchet and Clank, which he actually worked on those games, by the way, along with Crash Bandicoot and of course Jak and Daxter. But the other two, Resogun, that's one I'm highly addicted to right now. That kind of reminds me. It's a very I wouldn't say it's a linear shmup, as it's kind of more non-linear since you're stuck on the same plane. So, but yeah, it's really fun, and it's I really do like how with the analog sticks that you can easily, aim to shoot the laser guns or whatever, the laser turrets from the ships. So, yeah, that's one of the things about the PS4 controller I actually like when playing that game. It's just that pinpoint accuracy.
What do you guys think of the microphone attachment?
The
speaker.
Oh, for the game?
Yeah.
I thought it was actually kind of neat. But then again, I've already seen that kind of thing done before. But other than that, it's not bad. But the other one, which I still haven't had a chance to try yet, is Warframe.
Oh yeah, that's the FPS done by.
It's a third-person shooter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm even more intrigued.
Yeah, and it's free to play, so you can actually try it. And they actually do give you some things on the PSN in case if you actually need to buy some of the currency or whatever. So, and the other one, of course, there's one that I'm actually intrigued to actually try now, or to pick up since it's a puzzle platformer, and since it's free for PSN Plus users, which they actually do give you a 30-day free trial for PSN Plus with the PS4, is Contrast.
Oh yeah,
I was looking at that. I was thinking about getting that. I don't know. Is it good?
I don't know. I said I need to download it.
Oh, you're okay. You're like me.
Yeah, I need to download it. But other than that, yeah, that's it for me.
So, if there are any games that that people shouldn't get, that's to both of you.
On my end, it's personal preference, but Assassin's Creed 4.
Oh yeah.
Not.
If you have it on the PS3, I don't know.
What's the point? I mean,
yeah, it's kind of like, what's the point? Why would you even need that? Since you could pretty much get the same game for $10, but there's really not anything that's new to, bolster up the experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Obviously it's a cash grab. Because, they had to rush it out before the game comes out on the PS4 and Xbox One, with nothing new added to the mix. But, anything else for you, Jeff, on what you don't recommend? Or is it just one for all of us?
It's one for me.
Because I'm thinking there's games that, I just don't care for, but I can't say...
Yeah, that's more like me, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, personal preference, exactly, because, Assassin's Creed is not bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually... Just don't if you already have it on a previous console, nothing new added there, no incentive. And then other games like FPSs, I just don't play.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty Ghosts. I heard Battlefield. Well, you know what? If you had to pick one, get Battlefield. Actually,
yeah.
I'll say that. I'll just straight up say that.
Okay.
Because Battlefield seems to actually take advantage of the hardware better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from what I've heard too.
Now, here's a funny... Or do you have one, Kyle? Or no?
I'm thinking. I need to see what all came out, though. But before I can say what.
I know, it's hard.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
FIFA 14 or any EA Sports title.
if you don't, if you already, again, I guess if you already have it, I don't think there's any.
No, I don't have it. It's just I don't recommend it because, you know, what's the point? I mean, with every single EA Sports game, with every new one that comes out every year, it's just an updated roster and a couple new bells and whistles, and that's pretty much it. And FIFA 14 is, you know, pretty much in that same, it's pretty much guilty in that same boat. It's just all nothing but eye candy with the Infinity engine.
Yeah. I can see where you're coming from, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's the final question I have.
Okay.
Is there any games that you would like to see, and I'll say my answer first. Is there any games you'd like to see from the previous generation that should get like a upgraded PS4 thing? And I'll say mine. I'd like to see the Ratchet and Clank game that just came out.
Oh, Battle into Nexus.
Yeah, I'd like to see that get upgraded with a whole bunch of extras on the PS4.
I see. That's actually quite a bold choice.
This is kind of funny, but it sounds like it's going back to what we were with the PlayStation 3 and the PS2 HD collections. But I would actually like to see the Uncharted trilogy get a PS4 collection, like PS3 to PS4 collection.
Oh yeah, all collection. Well then, my dad would never stop playing.
For me personally, probably if we're gonna go with the, you know, Sony brand type of game, that's a good question, actually.
It doesn't have to be Sony.
Oh, it doesn't have to be Sony. Okay. I would really like to see a PS4 enhanced port of 3D Dot Game Heroes.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised that one of those games, like with me, just totally left my head, even though it's good.
Yeah. But I was going to say Gran Turismo 6, but that game still hasn't released yet. And there may be a port down the line.
Oh, yeah. Now, I think a good one to wrap it off is what games we'd like to see from as, like, PlayStation Legacy IPs to return for this new installment of the family.
You probably know me.
Let me guess, Crash?
No. Legend of Dragoon.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Our good buddy Easy Rider would 100% agree with you.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Me, on the other hand, Siphon Filter.
Yes. They left it at that cliffhanger and not continued ever since.
And it could be possible because we do know that Sony Bend is making a new game for like their first PlayStation 4 project.
Okay. And what about you, Jerry?
What was the question?
Which legacy PlayStation brand would you like to see make a return for the PS4?
Oh, okay. Wow, Jeff made a good one. Siphon Filter. Parappa the Rapper.
Oh yeah, I figured you were gonna say that.
Actually, I thought about another one too, and it's kind of funny that we were talking about this the other day, Jerry. Colony Wars.
Yeah. I'd love to see that. Oh man, would I love to see that.
I'm also kind of hoping that I'm kind of hoping that Wipeout isn't a dead franchise, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well,
I like this launch, but I gotta admit, this is like the first launch that doesn't have a Wipeout game. It just feels weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would like to see Jet Moto make a return.
I know. There's a lot of properties that would make a good comeback.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to see Metal Gear Solid make a... Oh, wait.
Frequency?
Ooh! Frequency and Amplitude, man. Yo!
Yeah. Kinetica?
Those are the hypest. Jammer Lammy, since Parappa.
Yeah. But yeah.
Gitaru Man.
Guitar Man. Oh man.
But yeah, I think we went enough.
Yeah, I think that's a good point where we could wrap up. What do you think? What do you say?
I say let's plug.
Okay. Well, anyway, guys, we really hope you enjoyed our PS4 launch episode, which we did the Wii U first year last week. Now we're doing the PS4 launch as of what we did already, and we are going to be covering the Xbox One either launch or what we know, and just give you a buyer's guide or whatever. But anyway, we all hope you enjoyed this episode, and to sign off, I'm Double RPG.
I'm 60-minute Jeff.
I'm FighterXaos.
And plug time. Anything you want to plug before we get off here?
I'll start off since I only have. Go to check out thebrokeninfinite.blogspot.com. That's thebrokeninfinite.blogspot.com, where you'll see episodes of the Game Riffers actually up there, along with a whole bunch of other stuff like comic book reviews and news and other kinds of reviews. Check out fighterxaos.deviantart.com, where I have stuff for people. If you can, I'll draw stuff for you.
Okay.
I'm writing stuff, but that's not on DeviantArt. Because I want people to read the comics.
Yeah.
Action comics.
Right.
I'm doing a webcomic, but that's also on the Broken Infinite. That's why I didn't mention it. But it's not a webcomic. It's a comic.
Mm-hmm.
Comic. Oh God.
Okay.
I'm done. before I ramble.
Yeah.
Too late. You can check me out at 60-Minute Jeff on Twitter, at 60-Minute Jeff, and also I have my own YouTube page, but be forewarned, there's no content on it yet at the moment, due to some financial issues at the moment, but it will be active once the new year comes around. Until then, you can check me out on the Game Riffers at youtube.com/thegameriffers, and also each and every week on the 40S Audio Podcast over on gotgame.com.
Yes. And we will be resuming recording very soon. So, yes, we'll finally be getting back on track with getting started or getting done with our second year anniversary of the show, which, due to, personal things happening in our lives, we couldn't get everybody together, but hopefully we can now make that happen. But anyway, to plug for me on my end, follow me, Double RPG, at Double RPG Reviews at YouTube, as well as Double RPG Game Riffers Solo, where I do my solo Let's Plays there, as the Double RPG Reviews channel is mostly going to be focused on the more high-quality content, meaning reviews and, top 10s and all those other types of videos on there, whereas I do the Let's Plays on the Game Riffers. And also, like Jeff said, you can follow the 4DS podcasts over at gotgame.com. And we should have more episodes up pretty soon, and we should have our second year anniversary coming up in some time. And also my Let's Play of the Wonderful 101 is still resuming, and I am going to be still resuming on the Ninja Turtles line of reviews for the cartoon that's going on, which I've been taking quite a break after completing Season 1, because it was quite an ambitious undertaking for doing a review of every episode of that show before Season 2, so I was kind of taking a long hiatus there, but I should be getting back to that as soon as possible. But anyway, like we said, we all hope you enjoyed this episode of the Game Riffers Riff Table Arcade, and we'll definitely see you next time when we cover the Xbox One launch, or we could just do a buyer's guide. It's either way, but I think we are moving towards the latter. But anyway, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you then, gamers. Godspeed, and game on. We're out.
Later.
My genius created this, and this will pound you into oblivion.